We don't have to talk about D&D today. Do you know why?
Justin is still missing.
Justin is MIA still. That means that Hunter is here hanging out with us.
Still.
So we're going to talk about whatever we want. Maybe we could talk about Wiz Khalifa.
Maybe Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz.
Or
Did I just say that wrong? I think I said Wiz Khalisa.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my god, it was the funniest article I've ever read in my entire life.
I watched a couple of compilation videos on YouTube. I've got it all figured out.
You're listening to the No Big Banana Podcast.
Welcome back to the No Big Banana Podcast. My name is Charles.
My name's Cody.
And I'm Hunter.
And we're just hanging out talking about, we were just talking about Wiz Khalifa and like House Together. I didn't say that, when I said that, I didn't mean it to sound like I thought that he didn't have his stuff together.
Right.
I was just really like, I've always liked Wiz. I was just like extra surprised to see.
It's like somebody who
wow,
already has their stuff together to get their shit together even more.
Yeah. He's very like I don't know, there's a thing about rappers specifically where it's like, you know, part of the whole thing about being a rapper is like having this cool demeanor. But like Wiz's is real.
And now we have to wait for Snoop Dogg to get buffed up.
Dude, Snoop will fucking... There's video of Snoop fighting. Snoop can fight.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Tyson. Did you see that video of Mike Tyson
He's
the other day?
55 years old, still throwing haymakers like that.
You know that he just did a podcast with Eminem not too long ago. Yeah, he has I think it's Hotboxing. Hotboxing is the name of the podcast. It's Hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
Nice.
And he had M on there. It was interesting to see M starstruck.
Yeah.
You know, and he like went on and
Like
on
you're
about
a
it. Like he
legend.
was like a fanboy. Yeah. Well, dude, it's
This
Mike
dude was
fucking
knocking
Tyson.
down
dude.
7 foot
I
tall
know.
dudes.
I know.
That was bigger than him.
I
And just
mean,
one left, and they were gone.
He's an absolute monster.
They would wake up saying, "Oh wow, I'm in a boxing ring."
I couldn't imagine like what it's like to be in the other corner.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of
Put
those
yourself
guys
in
were
those
probably, a lot of those people were probably betting on themselves, but I bet I bet you still a lot of them were like,
You know there's a thought in the back of your fucking head when you're fighting Mike Tyson. It doesn't matter who you are. There's a thought lingering
And
that
the
you're
fact
about to
that
die.
you could be in the nosebleeds and hear Mike Tyson's punches on the body is disgusting in
It's like a
itself.
freight train.
Yeah, that'd be really scary. You would still,
Terrifying,
especially like the
man.
later that it got into his career.
His arms are still the size of my head.
His arms are
Yeah.
gigantic still.
Well, that
man.
video of him, he's in the Godzilla video.
Yeah.
And when he knocks him out, I'm like, he could fuck you up right now.
Yeah.
He could walk up to you right now and knock you out.
He'll be in the wheelchair, just still throwing haymakers.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, remember, well, it's nice to see some of you know, these things happen where these like old school guys remind you what's up. Like, remember when that dude fucking like tried to kick Arnold
Yeah.
and he like barely moved, and
Yeah.
it's like, your boy's in his 60s.
or
Are
and he
you
was
aware
like,
this dude's a Terminator, though? Has a
Yeah.
fucking metal skeleton?
He's a T-1000, bro.
well, yeah. Well, his story is incredible.
Yeah.
You know who
like-
else's story is incredible? Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice was
That's
a
true.
backyard fighter.
Holy
he came
shit,
into
dude.
the Ultimate Fighter, lost every fight, went into his MMA debut, and destroyed.
Yeah.
What was his name? I can't remember
I don't
who he
remember.
fought. Can't remember who he fought, but he absolutely destroyed him and then put him in a submission.
Oh, wow.
Kimbo Slice submitted somebody in his MMA debut.
Which is, you know, exactly the opposite of what you would think would happen because Kimbo
absolutely.
was a bad motherfucker.
Rampage
dude.
Jackson trained him in the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that explains that. Because, I mean, Kimbo already had a natural affinity for fucking
he
shit
busted
up.
a dude's eye out of his socket.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
Man.
And just Kimbo and Rampage had this training thing, like for Kimbo's defense. Rampage would be like, "I'm the bull. I'm coming at you," and he would put his fingers by his head, and he would go.
Fighting has always, like, for some reason, like, the interest in it has eluded me in the sense of, like, I don't know, I guess it's because I'm non-confrontational, or I try to be at least, and, you know, fighting is the antithesis of that, but also, like, as a
human performance.
as a fan of, you know, I've kind of dabbled here and there in MMA over the years. Like I've there's been times where, like, you know, like I was really heavy into watching it when BJ Penn was at his peak.
Oh man.
Oh my god, dude! When he
had
fought
one of the
Diego
bloodiest
Sanchez and
matches.
just fucking ruined him. That was
Yeah.
like that was in like 06
I
or
think
07.
he hit number 3 world record for a bloodiest match in the UFC.
BJ.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he's
just-
a fucking monster.
Not only did he destroy this guy, but that other guy also hit him with a good couple hits.
Yeah.
And it's just blood was everywhere. And there was still another fight to go.
Who are those women that just fought recently?
That's
like the best. People are calling it the best fight in
Zhang,
UFC history.
I think it's Zhang and Russian girl.
Man,
completely
that shit
changed her
was
face.
Unbelievable.
She
that
looked like
fight.
the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
like without the
a little
hunchback.
bit. Yeah.
I was the fight I was most hyped for was always gonna be McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah.
And the fact that it ended in 40 seconds
I mean,
kind of made me sad, but
that's-
I was also like, McGregor's back.
Yeah, that's Conor for you. Like, if anybody would do that, it would be him. I think I really enjoyed the McGregor-Mayweather fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That was
because of how
entertaining in itself.
Well, Conor really, really impressed me.
10 rounds. A UFC fighter going 10 rounds in the boxing ring.
It's unbelievable. It's like, even knowing what Conor's capable of,
It's
I was
crazy to
still
think
like,
that you can go toe to toe
this
with
is
Mayweather
insane
that long.
because like Mayweather is like almost like a fucking robot.
It's so
when
sad,
it
too, because if
comes
he
to
would have went the
boxing.
last 2 rounds, McGregor would have won that fight.
Probably.
He had the cards. It's just he got stopped.
He can't keep up. Because I mean,
Yeah.
Floyd was like barely busting a sweat.
He didn't
Can't
move.
imagine what his
Yeah.
heart
He
looks
didn't
like,
move
man.
until he saw McGregor was tired.
Yeah.
He didn't. Well, he threw a couple punches, but he didn't throw anything.
Well, that's that's kind of his tactic,
Yeah.
is to just survive and advance by your
Yeah,
punches.
that's how his
and,
dad always taught him how to do it.
get a couple good ones in and then protect yourself. I mean,
Inch by inch. Man.
Ali
Like,
rope to dope all the time,
Yeah.
but like, it's just like, you go ahead and wear yourself out. I'm gonna stay composed, and if I need to come forward and take some punches, then I'll hit those. But you're not gonna get me.
Exactly.
Now, I
It's a
don't
smart
know
way
if,
to box.
I don't
It
know if
is.
McGregor had any points taken off for constantly hitting Mayweather in the back of the head, but
But what
Yeah.
can you do? There's only so
Man.
much training a person can
I
take.
saw so
you know?
many memes of when McGregor would hit him in the back of the head, and it would go in slow motion, and as soon as he hit him in the back of the head, it would go boink. just boink.
But yeah, is he gonna fight? Who's he gonna fight now? McGregor.
McGregor
Next
is
is-
probably gonna fight. Who just beat Nate Diaz? Who was the guy that just beat Nate Diaz?
I don't know.
He put Ben Askren in the ground in 5 seconds.
Whoa.
No,
Aldo?
not Aldo. He already beat Aldo. I can't remember, and it's killing me.
Oh, this says Oscar De La Hoya says I'd finish him in 2 rounds.
Who, McGregor?
Yeah, but
Is he
also
crazy?
you're Oscar De La Hoya. How fucking old is Oscar De La Hoya?
46.
Too old.
47. I mean, that's kind of ancient in boxing years, yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe
really.
not.
Mayweather.
That's-
He's what, 41?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Of course, I mean, the kind of conditioning that you have, it's like soccer players.
Jorge Masvidal. That's who he's gonna
Oh,
fight
okay.
next.
Yeah.
And then if that works out, McGregor should be fighting
Khabib.
Khabib
Oh boy.
for a rematch if
That'll be really fun.
Khabib keeps the belt. Honestly, if Khabib keeps the belt, I just think McGregor wants it just to beat Khabib.
Yeah, he probably won't
yeah.
even want the title. He just,
No.
he'll say,
He-
can I
I'm
st-
sure
can
the
I still
title is
fight
part
Khabib?
of it, but I agree. I think
He
it's
didn't-
more about.
I don't
not
think he
back
did
for
the
the
first
title.
one for the title either.
Nah, he's
Yeah.
not back for the title.
They seem to have some real, like, genuine animosity. Like,
Oh, I mean, did you see how the first fight ended?
yeah.
That Khabib
Well-
just jumped over and just started fighting
Yeah.
his team.
The
Like an
also
idiot.
the at the end of the McGregor Cowboy fight, Khabib was there with the belt,
Oh yeah.
talking shit,
standing there.
and then McGregor's like, "Any of
Pointing
these
at him and shit.
fools can get it." I was like, "Oh shit, dude."
I think he was mainly talking to Jorge.
Probably.
Then I think he already knew Khabib had a fight coming up. The fight was already set in place. I know for a fact he wants that bad motherfucker belt.
Well, I mean, it's nice. It's always nice to see a fucking Irishman being a badass.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah,
happen
100%.
often
This
throughout
dude gives
history.
absolutely
Yeah.
no shits about anything.
Yeah. It's really cool, and it's always nice to see somebody that is a good shit talker and can also back it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful being able to watch McGregor just talk shit.
So
And
many-
then get in the octagon and just fucking ruin
destroy
people's
people.
lives.
Yeah.
So many compilation videos of McGregor talking trash, then backing it up. I've seen so
Oh,
many
yeah.
of them,
That's
and they're the
great.
same fights, but
Yeah.
I still like watching them.
Yeah, he's a scary dude. He's a guy that you probably would not want to make
I'm just glad he's not an alcoholic anymore. He's so well composed now.
Yeah, he seems to be. I seem to hear about
He's
him
more
less,
mature.
and that's in a good way.
I
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram, so I see him basically every day.
Yeah.
But his training oh my God, his training is intense.
That's the way that you do it though. If you want to become like if you want to become an athlete and be also a public figure in that sense, like there's a line of diplomacy that you have to walk where you want to be talked about often, but not because you're in the news.
Right.
You want to hear
Nobody
something
wants to be in the
absolutely
news.
hilarious?
Like The Rock. What?
Logan Paul is going into UFC.
No way.
He just trained with Paulo Costa.
Hey man, Rogan said that he looks good.
Yeah, I wish
If
him
you-
the best,
When Rogan
but,
Have you
said
seen
that, I
him
was
train
like,
with Paulo
okay.
Costa?
Yes.
His wrestling game was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, they said that's what Rogan was like so complimentary about.
I just don't think boxing was his thing. I'll be honest. I think it was a little too stand up for him.
There's no real money in boxing anymore unless you're
anymore.
fucking Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
God, the
So-
Logan Paul KSI fights made well over
Well,
$20
that's
million.
true. That's true. But I mean,
Special
like, but
the
yeah.
actual boxer.
Well, yeah,
That's
they're
because it was
YouTubers.
those-
Everybody
Yeah,
wants to see
exactly.
two YouTubers, like
Exactly.
two YouTubers
Like
box.
nobody's gonna give a shit about Logan
Two of the
Paul
biggest
fighting
ones
some
anyways.
guy from Connecticut
Yeah.
who's got the golden gloves.
Yeah.
People will watch him in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And he can serve to make more money and ultimately be more successful in the UFC, I
You know who
think.
Dana
than as
White
a
said his
boxer.
first opponent would be?
No.
Yoel Romero.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That would be super
if
interesting.
Yoel fights like he did against the guy he fought last, if he fights like that again, I'm pretty sure Dana would fire him immediately.
Oh yeah, because he didn't really try,
He
right?
just stood there and just had his hands on his hips and he was just bouncing.
Yeah, that was the one where Dana was real pissed and was like,
No, he wasn't pissed about it. He was just like, it could have gone a different way.
Yeah.
Yoel like threw some bombs in that fight though. Adesanya, that's his name. Adesanya was just throwing those kicks.
That'd be so interesting to see. What if he's good? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Who?
Logan.
That's what
Logan
I'm saying.
Paul?
Would
That's
it be
what
great
I'm
if he
hoping
went up-
for.
would it
Is
be
that
great
he's
if he
good
went in there
because
and
I
just-
don't like him as a YouTuber.
He
so I
just
wanna
went
like him as a
toe-to-toe
UFC
with-
fucked
fighter.
people up.
He just went toe to toe with Paulo Costa, and yeah, he faked a knockout, but he just went toe to toe. His wrestling game was insane, and to actually keep up with a professional fighter like Paulo Costa, you have a future ahead of
Yeah,
you.
you got a shot.
Also, Logan has a lot of anger inside of him, so that'll be interesting to see it manifest itself in the ring.
Yeah.
There is an art form behind it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
especially if it's done under fair conditions, like
Anybody could do boxing. Not everybody can do UFC.
yes, that's true.
I'd say
well,
physically, not everybody can do UFC. Mentally, not everybody can do boxing.
Yeah.
I'd say more people can do the physicality of boxing and not the conditioning.
The reason I say that
Because-
it's mental in boxing is because it's so harnessing your anger. You can't just get mad at somebody for punching you and then just want to go and beat the shit out of them like you can in UFC.
Right.
You have to stay calm. You make sure you hit every single right shot so that you don't get fucking knocked out.
Yeah, and there's a lot more running around in boxing.
Yeah.
MMA is pretty much to the
Most
point. Like,
calisthenics.
if you're not hitting each other with strikes, you're on the ground.
There's a reason why MMA limits itself to 5 rounds. It's because
Yeah.
it's so,
Right. It's so
tired.
intensive.
It's so
Yeah.
exhausting and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And whereas in boxing, you go to 12.
It's a mental game.
Yeah, well, you know what? It used to be 15, and they had
Yeah.
to dial it back because people died.
My favorite boxing match was that ending fight in Real Steel. That was a good one.
I never saw
You
it.
never saw Real Steel?
No.
It had an Eminem song with it too.
I know, but I did see all the Rocky movies, though.
Yeah.
I was super into Rocky.
Creed is a
Creed's
good
good.
backup.
You know
Creed's
what?
good as
You know, I
fuck.
never saw Creed or Creed 2, and I
They're
feel
good, man.
And this.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Not only am I a huge fan of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did
In
Fahrenheit 451.
Fruitville Station was the first thing that I saw him in,
yeah.
and I really liked it. And so not only am I a huge Michael B. Jordan fan, but I'm also a huge Rocky fan. So
Yeah.
it's ridiculous that I haven't seen either of the
Yeah.
Creeds.
Man, Creed
They're
is
good,
just the perfect backup to Rocky.
They're really
Yeah.
good.
And just the second one where he actually confronts his father's killer's son.
I thought it was daughter
just-
in the second one.
Huh?
I thought it was the daughter in the second one.
No, it's still Michael B. Jordan. He's just
Oh.
avenging himself
I
from
thought it was
his
his daughter.
father's death in the ring.
I gotcha.
He
Yeah,
fights
the-
Dolph Lundgren's character's son.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, the second one is where it takes
remember
place.
that.
That's so cool. Dude, the fourth Rocky is the best Rocky.
Isn't that where
Yeah.
Apollo Creed died?
No. Apollo died. Oh, yes. Drago kills Apollo in 4.
Yeah.
Because in 1, he loses to Apollo. In 2, he beats Apollo. In 3, he fights Mr. T, as well as Hulk Hogan. In 4, he fights Drago, and Drago kills Apollo. And I actually like Rocky 5 too. I think that one kind of gets left out of the conversation when he fights his student, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And
like in a street fight at the end, like I liked it.
Sylvester Stallone also said he's not going to do any more Rocky characters after Creed 3, which leads me to believe that Rocky will probably more than likely be dead in the third one.
Yeah.
Probably before when the movie starts, he'll probably have a grave already. He'll probably have already passed away.
How interesting would that be to be an actor who
retires a character?
That would be weird as fuck.
That would be so cool.
After generations.
Well, I mean,
he just retired Rambo too.
Ford did it. You know, like how weird must have that been?
Yeah.
He's not only one, he's about to do 2 characters, Rambo and now Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
They'll hand over the Rambo mantle to somebody else. That's a movie you can hand over.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Especially
you can
nowadays. when
fucking
there's
hand
money
over
to...
Rocky.
You can,
it's just that
but the handover was already Creed, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like it's just the story of the underdog boxer.
But I can see
everybody's
going
gonna
to
love that story
Rambo
forever.
Yeah, they did really good with Creed, but they're going to fuck up Rambo when they hand it over. It's not going to be.
Or remake it.
Yeah.
Or it'll just
It's gonna be the newest Predator movie.
It'll turn into Saw, where it's just like every year there's another one.
Did you see the new Predator movie? Like the most recent one?
Have you seen the new Saw trailer?
No.
It's actually not a Saw movie. It's from the book of Saw. I think it's called
Scene.
What?
Seesaw?
No, it's I'm forgetting a lot today.
The first one was so
It's got
good.
Chris Rock in it though.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris Rock
He's
directed
directing
it.
it.
I'm not that big of a Chris Rock fan.
I like Chris Rock.
I mean, I respect him. I think he's funny, but I've never been. I don't know. Something about the.
He's one of the ones that's like
His cadence.
he is annoying.
Of speech.
He's got
He's
even
got
from
a
the
little
trailer,
bit of an
his
annoyingness.
character looks super serious.
But that's what I was saying about him. Like I can respect him because he has a lot of range.
You know what he's
can do a
like?
lot.
He reminds me of like you remember in The Fifth Element, Chris Tucker's character Ruby?
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock is like that all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And it's just too much.
Yeah.
A lot where I'm just like, all right, Chris, like, and I get it. That's his appeal. Like
wonder
that's
where
his
Chris
his
Tucker is
act.
now.
But yeah, I don't know.
Haven't heard from him since Rush Hour.
Well, they've been teasing us with the Last Friday movie for the last few years, and I really hope that comes to fruition somehow.
I like Friday After Next. That one's
They're making
as
a
good
live
as
action
Friday
Hercules.
is, man.
Oh, really?
Directed
Yeah.
by the Russo brothers.
It better be fucking Jason Momoa.
You want to know something I didn't know? Is the Russo brothers made the animated Hercules. The
Really?
Avenger
Really?
directors made
Did they?
the animated Hercules.
Wow.
They
Wow.
said on the post, the Russo brothers are set to remake their own animated Hercules.
They didn't do the Disney version, or
They did the Disney version.
The Disney version's the one they did.
The animated one.
Wow, that's great. That would be bitching, dude.
I hope we
that
get
would be
Danny
so
DeVito
fucking cool
to play
as
live
Phil.
action Phil.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Please,
dude.
man.
You know he would do it.
Oh,
you
he
know he would
is
do
Phil.
it. Oh my god, dude, that would be the
He
best.
even looked like Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That would
Or
Like
Phil
the
was
best.
looked
Phil
like
looked
it was
like
based
him.
off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Danny DeVito has two
But-
characters that are Danny DeVito.
But
and
who
that's
plays
Phil.
Hercules?
Jason Momoa
Do you think so?
or The Rock. I don't know about The Rock. The Rock's
No.
too old.
The Rock's already played a Hercules.
John
Maybe
Cena.
Jason Momoa might even be too old.
Stop
too.
it. Right where you're
Yeah,
at.
come on,
I want
dude.
John Cena.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, I get somebody who's Greek.
Maybe.
Somebody who
I don't
looks
think that he's got the
Sons
body
of
enough
Anarchy
for
Jax.
it, though. He's not buff enough. You got to get buffier.
You do gotta
Honestly,
get
I
buff.
don't really think he's
Gotta
got to
get
be
buff as
that
fuck,
buff.
man.
He's big already as he is.
I don't know, man. For Hercules,
Hercules,
you
though,
gotta be
you gotta
a little bit.
You gotta
buff.
be Dwayne Johnson.
You gotta be like, you gotta be in that wheelhouse of The Rock and
do.
Momoa and Batista. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be.
Problem is they're all
Well, you
Pacific
can't take
Islanders.
Batista or The Rock and throw a blonde wig on him.
I know that's
Well,
the problem. They're all Pacific
it'll-
Islanders. Man.
It'll probably be some nobody that nobody's ever heard of who's
That's
like
what
a
I'm
really
hoping.
cute, like fit dude who becomes a star.
You know, actually,
Somebody like Channing
It's-
Tatum
it's-
could do it, but he's not buff
it's
enough.
far-fetched, but Dolph Ziggler from the WWE would be actually a
Maybe.
direct look.
It'd be interesting to try and get a wrestler to do
Captain America guy.
That's a good idea.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans is not
That's
a bad
a good idea.
I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe. I could see that.
That's a
maybe.
pretty decent idea.
But what? And then didn't they say that they're getting Jason Momoa for some? Oh, they were talking about casting him in a God of War movie.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Gross.
as Kratos.
Mm.
You wouldn't like that?
No, I think they should put Martin Ford as Kratos.
I don't know who that is.
Martin Ford is a 7'2" giant.
Oh, hey, did you guys see
the mountain from Game of Thrones? That's Kratos,
did you see the mountain? Did you see the mountain from Game of Thrones just broke the deadlift record again?
Again, he
like
broke his own record.
1,100 pounds deadlifting.
God, bro.
What's his name is? His name is Thorson Bjornsson or something. It's like
it's the long name too.
Viking.
It has
So his
more
parents
to
hated
it.
him.
Viking.
He's a Viking, man.
Yeah,
Like-
most definitely. That is fucking unbelievable. Hey,
huge.
Hold on a second. I got to pick up 1,100 pounds.
Yeah.
What?
Let me pick up this fucking.
Sorry, I'm training to break my own record right now. Could you please leave the
Yeah.
sandwich on the front porch?
I've got to pick this car up.
Can you imagine his breakfast?
Oh, dude.
His breakfast is probably 17 eggs, 42 pieces of
No,
toast,
it's at least a 20 egg omelet.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 pieces of bacon.
Oh
Throw
my god.
a
Yeah.
couple
I
sausage patties.
He probably has to eat at least 12,000 calories a day.
Oh, yeah.
13,000
Probably.
minimum.
Yeah, at minimum.
That's insane.
Oh, look at that.
I can tell you, I can't get that big just by eating
Do
patty
you know
melts.
what that means? And look, it's right on time.
Right on time.
So, we're going to be heading out. Thanks, Hunter, for joining us
Of course.
on this, our
Anytime.
first guest week of the No Big Banana podcast. We will be returning to you next Tuesday. So until then, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at No Big Banana, and send us emails at nobigbanana@gmail.com. And if you want to follow Hunter on Twitch, check him out at twitch.tv/Omita, OMITAA. And other than that, I just hope that you beautiful people are out there
Take it easy.
staying safe and doing good things and taking care of each other, you know,
Promise we'll try to post more memes.
the best you can. Yeah, I know, I've been bad about it.
Yeah.
And I've been creating a bunch of D&D memes. Oh yeah, and sorry there was no D&D this week, but don't worry about it. We'll make up for it next week. See you around.